Live from the Big G's Pizza Studio on Clark Street, this is 5 Songs with Friends, Chicago's music discovery podcast. Mia Smith is a 17-year-old from Fort Worth, Texas, who loves to sing. She has written a few songs and is very excited to see what her future in music holds. Ladies and gentlemen, I have Mia on the phone. Mia, how are you?
I'm doing great. Hi.
Awesome. Well, so tell me about this. You've made some incredible music already at such a young age. How did you get started? How did you find out that you had this passion and talent?
Right. Okay. When I was in kindergarten, I would sing around the house all the time. And I lived with my mom and my grandma had this friend of hers that gave voice lessons. And so she was like, we'll just sign her up and put her in. And I guess I did really good in those. I did them for about 7 years until I was 12. So basically my whole childhood, a few times a week, I would meet with this really sweet lady. And she really helped me kind of find my passion for singing.
Awesome. And so did you pick up any instruments along the way, or how does that work?
I did. I took piano lessons for a few years, which I still do now. So my songs that I make now have me just playing the keyboard that I have. And I did like drumline for a few years when I was in middle school, but that's about it.
Okay. And so obviously you have you have the keyboard, you have an incredible voice. What does the songwriting process look like for you?
I have this closet, this little tiny walk-in closet in my room that I took most of the clothes and stuff out of. So I have a little stand in there for my keyboard and then for my laptop and my microphone. It has some little lights, and I normally just go in there and think about, basically most of my songs have to do with what I'm feeling, my emotions and such. And I'll find a few chords that I like and just kind of let the words find themselves, honestly.
Interesting. Do you start with, like a vocal melody and then add words later, or does the words come first?
Honestly, there's been a little bit of both. Sometimes I'll think of a line and I'll be like, this would be good in the song. And then I'll kind of build it. And then sometimes I'll just be playing around on the keyboard and be like, oh, this would be good in the song. Let me think of some words. So it can go either way.
Interesting. And so, coming up as a musician, what are some of the bigger influences? Who are some of the artists that you look up to, that influence you, I guess?
Right. Well, when I was a kid, my mom, she loved alternative music. So I grew up, the one thing I really grabbed onto was a lot of Coldplay. Just that really emotional, high power song. I also grew up, I listened to a lot of Adele. I love her and just the emotion that she pulls. Lana Del Rey. My favorite bands of now, probably like Beach House, Cigarettes After Sex, just things that are very melodic and like emotional driven. I listen to a lot. And I think it has an influence for sure in the type of stuff that I make, as in it's really, as of right now, I just have the keyboard, so I have to focus a lot on what my lyrics are and what the message is to kind of, I guess, compensate for my lack of like professional production stuff that I have.
Right. So have you had any opportunities or experiences collaborating with other people, in the past? I know Fort Worth is obviously a big place, so I'm sure there's a lot of awesome musicians there. Have you experimented at all with any of the working with any other artists?
I know that there's a few people who have asked to like have me send them some audio or take audio from a song I've made and they'll mix it into their song. So there's a few of those out there. I haven't actually sat down and like built a song with another musician yet.
Is that something you are hoping to do more of in the future? Or are you kind of content being a solo act? Yeah, I think it would be really cool to like bounce ideas off of people who are also musicians that are local near me. It's just, I don't know. I haven't really found too many people yet, but there's a few. Awesome. Okay. So let's talk about this. We have a song called Bye that you have brought to the table today. Can you kind of walk me through, how'd you come up with this song?
Right. Okay. Let's see. I wrote Bye in June of 2018. So that was the summer of my junior year in high school. And basically, I'd come home from work one day. It was like 11:30 at night. It was like late. And I would just sat on the floor with my keyboard, and I was like, I'm just going to, write a little song. And at this point, I didn't really have anyone outside of my friend group who like recognized me for my music. So it wasn't a big deal. There wasn't a lot of pressure. So I was feeling pretty sad. It was mostly inspired by, I have this best friend since I was in 4th grade up to that point, who things just kind of fell off. We got in a really bad argument. We hadn't been talking. And so the song was mostly fueled by just like about how much this person had meant to me and how that loss was affecting me. And I just sat down and just kind of let the words figure it out and recorded it. And I posted it all in the same night.
Wow. Is that typically how you operate? Do you typically just kind of from beginning to end, to hitting the publish button all in a day or two? Or do you have typically a pretty quick turnaround?
Yeah. I normally try to set some time aside and make a day of it. Just kind of spend the whole day finding things out, getting opinions from friends. But that one was really just like I sat down and found the words and posted it. And then I didn't even know that it was on YouTube or anything until someone had messaged me on Twitter. And they were like, loved your song, saw it on YouTube. And I was like, YouTube? What in the world? Like, I put it on Soundcloud. And then I look on Soundcloud, it has like thousands of more listens than I normally get. And I was like, this is weird. And then I go to look at YouTube, and someone had put it on their music channel. Actually, The Worst Taste had uploaded it, and it kind of got it traction from there, I guess.
Yeah, it's incredible. I mean, it has, I'm looking on Spotify now, it has, 160,000 plus listens. I mean, that's incredible. Like, what was going through your head as you kind of saw all of this attention coming towards you? Yeah.
Well, I called my friends first. I called them and I was like, the first day that I saw it on YouTube, it had like, I think 67,000 views, and I had no idea. And I was like, how did I not know this? I had no idea.
That's so crazy.
They were all, it was surreal. Like, I was like, what does she mean YouTube? Like, I thought maybe someone had just put it on there. And then I saw that and I was like, oh my God. And like, ever since it's been crazy. But the friend that I actually wrote by, about, we actually reconnected after the summer was over, and she found out that the song was about her.
Oh, that's so crazy. That's such a fun story. Well, I'm super stoked for you that you have had so much success with this song. Let's jump into it. Let's play it so everyone can hear it. It is a song called Bye by Mia Smith.
To hold my
Goodbye by Mia Smith. Yeah, a very, very fun song. I mean, you have such a great voice. I mean, like, I don't really know how to say it any other way than that. I mean, it's just, you have, this very accessible nature to your voice. It's awesome.
Thank you so much. That means a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, what has it kind of been like for you since, since this, single, I guess, has had so much traction? I mean, have any doors open for you? Have you been doing shows, things like that?
I wouldn't say it's been it hasn't really been world changing. It's definitely been strange. Cause I have always uploaded covers. I think when I was in the 8th grade, I got a microphone for Christmas that plugged into my, hold on. I got this microphone in 8th grade that plugged into my laptop, and I would make covers and put them on Soundcloud, and it would just be my friends and family who would listen. And then with Bye, it was strange because there's people from all parts of the world who contact me from social media and say that my song meant a lot to them. A lot of people tell me that they cry to it often, which I guess is kind of a weird thing to hear, but it's kind of nice because it's like, I'm glad that my, music can touch people in ways like that. But looking forward, I think I'm just focusing on getting better production so that way I can make better quality music. And then I'm hoping, my plan is that once I get better quality music, it'll kind of pick up even more. And then I'll be able to open more, I guess, professional doors from there. But I'm definitely super excited that even now people take interest in what I create, because that's definitely insane as an artist. Yeah,
absolutely. So out there in Texas, or maybe just, in general, are there any, under the radar artists that you're listening to and loving right now that you think people should hear and deserve a shout out?
Definitely. Let me see. I know my friend has this group. It's called Ethos Worldwide. Me and him have been talking about making a song together. It's him and his 2 friends in this rap group. And I think that they're great. They're on SoundCloud. I think they have a couple songs on Spotify and Apple Music. But if I had to shout anyone out locally, it would definitely be them.
Awesome. You said Ethos Worldwide?
Yeah, I think it might just be called Ethos. I'm not sure. But yeah, they're on SoundCloud and whatnot.
Awesome. Good stuff. Well, so how can people stay in touch with you, Mia, as your musical career progresses?
Definitely, I would say probably just social media. I have my social media posted on my Spotify and my SoundCloud, and I'm always on there. So
awesome. Yeah, by the way, her Instagram is MII.UHHH me.
Yeah.
So I like that. Very cool Instagram handle.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Awesome. Well, good stuff. Thanks so much for coming on the show and sharing your music. I wish you nothing but the best of luck going forward.
Thank you so much for having me.